tutorial, I will show you how to set up and play the game. Place the spinning wheel vertically in the center of the table. Next, each player will get 8 wooden-shaped pieces. Afterward, the goal is simple. Be the first to get rid of all your pieces by stacking them on a constantly spinning wheel. Sounds easy? Not so fast. Things are about to get wobbly. First things first, let's figure out who's starting. Pick the player who's the clumsiest. Yep, the one who's always knocking things over. The starting player places their first piece on the bottom base of the wheel, starting the stacking madness. The starting player also chooses the direction the wheel will spin, either clockwise or counterclockwise. And once it's set, there's no turning back. Well, unless you want to, but more on that later. When you're adding your block, make sure it touches the wheel's base in front of the farthest block in the direction the wheel is rolling. If it's behind that block, no go. But if it's in front of it, you're golden. Keep it rolling. The play continues with the furthest block in the partition. You can only place blocks within the same partition or start a new one in the rolling direction. However, once players have placed blocks in a new partition, they cannot place blocks in previous partitions unless it follows the stacking rules. But more on that later. Players cannot place pieces below the wheel's base. No basement projects here. Keep it above ground. We're all about building up, not digging down. After players have placed their blocks on the wheel, if no blocks fall within 3 seconds, their turn may be done. However, after 3 seconds, if any blocks fall off and touch the table, those blocks are removed from the game. Listen up, folks. If any blocks fall off the wheel during your turn, whether it's your blocks or not, you gotta scoop them up, and your turn's toast. Yup, even if you haven't placed your block yet, tough luck. And hold on to your hats, because if anyone dares to bump or jiggle the table, sending blocks flying, they're in for a punishment. That's right. They've got to gather up all those runaway blocks on the table as a reminder to keep things steady. When placing similar-shaped pieces, you may stack them horizontally or vertically as long as they are touching the same shape block as shown with the orange U-shapes in images 1 and 2. You may stack outwards in the same next or previous partition as long as they touch the same shape blocks. But if you wish to stack to a previous partition, they must not touch the wheel's base. All right, everyone. When stacking blocks horizontally, you can totally extend your pieces, but here's the catch. Especially for blocks of different colors, it must be placed ahead of the furthest block in the rolling direction. When stacking vertically, in images 1 and 2, if the red S shape is ahead of the furthest block and one end touches the wheel's base, you can overlap different colors. Now, if any blocks fall off the wheel during your turn and land back on the wheel, they remain on the wheel, but you must restart your placement again. Ready to shake things up? If you've got several of the same shape blocks, you're in luck. You can play them all at once on your turn, either together or spread out across different partitions as shown. Plus, you've got a special move up your sleeve. You can change the direction of the wheel's rotation if you've got 2 or more of the same shape blocks. You must place your blocks on the opposite end of the furthest piece. But remember, if you choose to change the direction, you've got to play all those blocks at once. All right, listen up. If you find yourself in a tough situation where you can't use any of your pieces on your turn, then grab the furthest piece in the rolling direction and end your turn. Just be careful not to knock anything over. All right, Spinstackers, this is it. If you've managed to keep a single piece on your turn, all you need to do is place that last piece on the wheel, wait 3 intense seconds, and without knocking anything over. Do that, and congratulations. You're officially the Spinstack champion. But fair warning, shaky hands might cost you the win. So, no pressure. Just everything's riding on this moment.